Yo, yes, my bro.
What's going on, man?
I finally got in, bro.
You got through the whole technical shit.
Yeah. True, I got a new phone. I had to set up the Zoom again, innit?
Well, the audio sounds great, man. The only thing I would prefer, if you could make it a landscape, if you could turn it sideways.
For sure.
Perfect.
Yes, my bro. How are you, man?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm over here at my studio, getting ready to bring in the new year, man. What's going on with you, man? You're over there in the UK. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm all good, man. On the side here, grafting, bro, grinding.
Okay. You know what? Before we start this, I want to play some music. You know what I'm saying? Like, get our brains refreshed into some music shit. Let me take you down memory lane for a second, all right? Watch this.
All right, my dog.
Fall back, fire dog, we shoot away. The map brings and makes a naughty sound. Living in this naughty town.
That's what you said, fam?
Mad, bro.
Yo.
Mad, bro.
Fam.
Yo, I'll never forget when I came over there, man, and shot that with camo, bro. That was the first time I came to Canada in 2010.
Classic shit right there. And for the people who don't know who this is, you're probably living under a rock. You know what I'm saying? This is the legendary, I don't want to say drill, because you're from the grime time. You know what I'm saying? Legendary grime UK.
Not even really grime. It's like road rap, innit?
Roadman rap.
It's just, yeah.
Yes. For the people who don't know,
Get me.
we're going to get familiar right now. KOKE in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Hi, brother. Come on.
Hold on. I got sound effects for that. Jesus. So we're living in a different time right now, fam. It's COVID season. I know right now we got the Omicron, aka Omarion, going on around here. What's it like over there, fam? What's the conditions like over there?
You know, we're on a slight lockdown, but it's not as bad as how you guys got it over there. I don't even know if you guys really know my stance on this whole thing, but I'm just against the whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get no vaccine or none of that stuff. So
okay, well, that's good to know, because you know it brings more questions. Does it make it harder to move around for the people who are unvaccinated in the UK?
Nah, not yet. But they're trying to bring that here still. But it's gonna be hard, man. Cause like I think there's over 23 million people haven't been vaccinated here, but they're trying to push it. But I think it's gonna be hard, man.
Wow.
So you lot have to function with the vaccines, right?
A lot of people are losing their jobs because if they don't get their shots, like people who work for the city, like, you know, bus drivers, a lot of people are just like losing their jobs at a rapid rate right now, fam.
Yeah. See, they right now they've done it to like NHS workers, so like people like nurses and care workers. You get me? So we know what's gonna come after that. They're gonna, you get me? It's just gonna keep moving down the line.
Yeah. And what about with shows and stuff? Has there been like a lockdown on even performances and stuff?
Yeah. We had a lockdown for a while, but things are kind of back on a little bit. But they just brought this new law out now, so I think they're saying that people in certain venues with a certain amount of people are going to have this vaccine passport. You get it?
Yeah.
So if that's what the case is, then I'm probably not going to be performing, man.
I don't know, man. I feel like they're going to have to bend a lot of those rules eventually, because a lot more people are on your stance than a lot of people think. You know what I mean? And even like to stay on that just quick fast before we get into like the real interview stuff. During the time when everybody was first getting locked down, they were doing a lot of Instagram shows. You know, like promoters would be like, hey, can you just do a show on Instagram live for me? And then send that in. Did you do any of that type of stuff, or you were just like, nah, that's corny?
Nah, I done like 1-2 interviews. Like obviously like how we're doing now. You get me?
Yeah.
Well, obviously you're in Canada, but we was just doing the same kind of thing in the UK. But like as far as like doing no live shows and that, it's not the same thing. You get me?
Yeah, it's not the same vibe. I've recorded a few of them for like Maestro Fresh West, for example. He got booked to do a couple of them, and it's just like you just put the phone there and you're performing in your living room to the phone.
to the phone.
You know what I mean? So I just want to know.
You know what though? Having said that, you know what we did do? Me and Camo, we done like a UK to Canada like versus, but not like a me against him thing. We done like I picked a bag of artists from the UK, like old school to new school with the hits, and he picked a bag of Canadian artists, and it was just like a sound clash thing. You get me?
Yeah.
So we did that over the lockdown and that.
And you got that new project that you just dropped. I Ain't Perfect or Ain't Perfect.
Yeah.
I Ain't Perfect.
Yeah.
So all this was recorded during the pandemic?
Yeah. Most of it, yeah.
Okay. What made you come with a title?
The title is kind of like something I've been running with throughout my career. It's been like my little slogan, you get me? You know, like, I ain't perfect. None of us are, so we can all relate, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just been my little motto. So I thought it would just made sense, man, to run with and I was supposed to release an album called I Ain't Perfect back in the day when I was signed with The Rock. So I just thought I had to get to the people through they thought it was coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna get to that, to the you signing to The Rock. Yeah. But I want to save that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, come on.
I want to go back a little bit. Stonebridge North, right? Now West London. What's the difference between Stonebridge and like other places? Like, give us a description for us on the outside.
So Stonebridge is it's an estate based in northwest London. It's like a 5-minute drive from Wembley Stadium. But so when I say estate, for people who don't know, we call it the estate's like a project here.
Yeah.
So Stonebridge was literally like, and it was called Stonebridge because all the blocks used to join together. So I could get from my side of the estate to the other side of the estate without touching the floor.
Wow.
And we could just run through the blocks, you get me, and cross into different blocks. And basically growing up, it was just like a no-go zone, you get me? Proper project, like bare yardie gangs and, you know, the usual stuff, crackheads, pissy stairways, crack houses. Yeah, shootings, robberies, everything used to go down there.
And what's the difference between the way it is back then to the way it's maybe developed now, or is it the same?
Nah, it's different. They knocked down all our blocks, innit? So because Stonebridge was so bad, and like it was literally a place where the police couldn't even go. You know, because of the way it was built and set up, the feds can't catch no one in there. They can't. It's too mad, you get me? So what they done was they started knocking down the bridges. So you see where I could go from one block to another, they knocked the crossings down. And then after they knocked the crossings down, things didn't change that much. So they just ended up taking down the whole estate now, you get me?
Yo, you must have had a crazy childhood growing up over there, fam.
Yeah. So half a man growing up, like half of the bridges was like a building site. You get me?
Okay, explain that a little bit more in detail. A building site, like something under construction that never was finished?
Yes. So basically, they're knocking down the blocks. So basically, they will move people out of a block. They'll build. They found the set of land in the estate. They build houses there. They will knock down a block, move those people into those houses, and then build more houses. And then they kept doing it for every block. It took them like 10 years to knock down the whole estate and build these houses.
Wow.
You get me? So growing up, most of the blocks, some of the blocks were empty, and you know what I'm saying? It was just crazy.
So, and you explained like a multiculturalism going on there, like a lot of Jamaicans, West Africans, like.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, why do so many Jamaicans migrate to the UK?
I think a lot of Jamaicans came over here during the Windrush anyway. So when they was building back England after the war, there was a lot of people from the Caribbean and West Indians that came over here to help build it back. So those people probably had a set in here and then told you know what I'm saying, that things is going on in here. So that's why the yardies came over.
And like, even like the dynamic out there, because I know England has a lot of white people, right? Were you in the hood where you were at, right? In Stonebridge, were you like, is it 50-50 white people and then all the other races? Or were you like one of the only white families out there?
Yeah. I was like my family was like one of the only white families on the estate, really.
Wow.
There wasn't that much white people. And the white people that was there, they weren't not cool, but you know what I'm saying? They weren't okay in the hood, like, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it must be like a mix of people who are moving from different countries, Hungary, different places like that too, no?
Yeah, but the Eastern Europeans came over here later. You get me? So that side of the people them didn't come till after, you know what I'm saying? I would say probably like late 90s, 2000s, they started coming over, but the Bridges was already going crazy from the 80s, even before that.
And let's go back a little bit with the no-go zone, because when I was doing the history and I seen that, I'm like, no-go zone, like, what the fuck is that, fam? Like, I know you explained it a little bit earlier, but give us a little bit more detail to a place to get called a no, like, don't go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know how crazy it was, and you know, obviously growing up there, man didn't really understand how crazy it was because we lived there. You know what I'm saying? But I'll never forget, like, when I started secondary school and I was telling my teachers, like, and this weren't just one teacher. It was like every teacher you told that you was from Stonebridge, their face just dropped. They're like, "Raw, you're from there." Like that's crazy. Like
clutching their purses a bit tighter.
I lived there. Yeah, I lived there, so it's not so bad. But obviously, you know, growing up and experiencing the things that man thinks normal, you don't really realize it until you get older and leave, and then you find out that the stuff that man's seen and been through is not normal. You get me?
And was that a media thing, or is it like the government literally said, let's call this a no-go zone? Or was it like the news kept on making it where it ended up being...
Nah, you know, it was such a bad place where just stuff just used to go down that, like, on the streets, it was a no-go zone. Like, people just don't go to Stonebridge, you get me? Don't go down there because something might happen. You might get robbed or you might get shot, you might get stabbed, all kinds of stuff going on down there. So just don't go down there, you get me?
Yeah.
And in those days, like, everybody's outside, like, it's busy. And even in the winter, because there's blocks, it's like you're not even cold because you're inside anyway. But you're outside, same way, you get me?
Yeah, you're tunneled in by the blocks and stuff from the wind.
Yeah.
And like even when you started rapping and stuff, right? Because you started rapping years ago.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you're taking in everything that was going on and putting it in the booth. What was the first experiences like when you started rapping, like even getting some notoriety?
I think the first time I started rapping was like, blood, my whole estate started rapping at one stage. So everyone that I grew up with on the block, everybody put in their little money and went to like a big studio and started rapping. These times, man don't even know how to make songs. Man just rapping bars, no choruses, no nothing. And then like I missed the first studio session, you get me? And the man then brought back a song and it was called Stonebridge and everybody had their little verse on it. And after I heard that, I was like, nah, I'm on the next one, you get me?
Oh, shit.
And that's how it kind of started for man, you get me?
Yeah. And then, you know, you started gaining like, fam, I saw you on a Vlad interview years ago. And back then when I looked you up, you were popping, fam. So like,
yeah.
What made you start taking it seriously?
Bro, you know what? Music became a form of therapy for man as well. It was a way that I could talk about stuff that I probably wouldn't talk about on a normal basis. It's also something that I enjoy and love doing, you get me? I love being creative. I love music. I fell in love with hip hop the first time I heard it. 1 second, bro. Nah, someone's trying to call me, man. I'm trying to get rid of the call. So yeah, I fell in love with hip hop straight away because they spoke about my life, you know what I'm saying? And then once I realized I could do it too, then it was just game over. You know what I'm saying?
And you were listening to, like, besides the local guys, what American rap are you listening to?
Bro, I grew up listening. I grew up listening to a lot of West Coast rappers. Like, we used to listen to like Yuck Mouth and the Mob Figures, Tupac and that Biggie. We grew up listening to D Block heavy. Like we grew up on D Block and that. Your usuals, man. Nas's, 50s, Eminem's. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff man grew up on still.
So, as somebody who's coming from the UK, and I think a lot of us over here in Toronto can relate because we're trying to break out into the American scene, into the American market. When did you start noticing that, you know, a few people in the States started hearing of you prior to the Rock signing?
Bro, I didn't really know the States was rocking with man. They weren't rocking with man as heavy as Canada was or as heavy as the UK was. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like man had Canada and had the UK away. You know what I'm saying? I think the Americans, they were a bit more ignorant with like taking in new people. I don't think Americans really see outside of America. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. I think a lot of times with Americans. Sorry, keep going.
No, I was gonna say, and then obviously, Jay-Z's been tapped in over here anyway. So when they're coming back and forth doing these little shows or whatever it is they're doing, and then they wanted to get in over here, I was the guy that was popping at the time. You know what I'm saying?
This show is brought to you by Manscaped and the Lawnmower 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WeLoveHipHop at manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code WeLoveHipHop. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
So that's how you got in. Is that how you got on Jay's radar? From just him making visits to the UK, or did you actually meet him and be like, yo, check my shit out?
Nah. They kind of found man. Like they just came over here. They wanted to get in on over here, and then I had a little situation pending. I was gonna sign a deal, and then my guy called Shabs, he was working with Rock Nation at the time, and he's from out here, and then he literally came to me just before I was gonna sign the next deal and was like, "Yo, like Rock Nation want to sign you. You get me?" The day after he told me that, I spoke to Tai on the phone in my hood outside the pub, and boom, yeah, we just went from there, bro.
So give me some insight into like that experience, because not everybody gets to get signed to Rock Nation, fam. That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, 100%. At that time as well was super crazy, cause gangster rap in England wasn't even getting played on the radios, bro, at all. Like they weren't playing the man them. It was unheard of. Do you get me? Mm-hmm. So like we just about had a voice, but because the streets was going crazy for it and the numbers were crazy, we literally bullied our way into mainstream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, for us, for me personally, it was a crazy thing. We didn't think that could happen for us. You get me? In the UK, Jay-Z of all people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And probably people started treating you, like they were already treating you different from when they started seeing your rise prior to that. But now you got that Rock Nation, that cosign on you, like people probably started treating you hella different.
Hella different. And even that's a head fuck, you get me? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
So give me some experiences that you're like, fam, it's not like that yet. Cause you know, sometimes you get put into the system, but people think that right away, oh my God, you must got all the money. Like what's one of the craziest requests you ever got from a family member?
You know what, bro? You see, like my family setup was kind of strange, man. I didn't really have a steady family setup, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when like growing up, people didn't really care much about me, family or not family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then all of a sudden, this situation came about, and now I'm everybody's favorite. Everybody's checking in. Like now, I can stay at everybody's houses, and you know what I'm saying? Come around for dinner, and all of that kind of shit was going on. You know what I'm saying?
You got 30 extra cousins.
For a while, you know. Yeah, I was gonna say for a while you like it, and you're thinking, but you know that it's not real. It's only because of this situation that I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? But where was everybody when I was flat on my face? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those things used to play with my head a little bit still.
And like,
yeah, man.
Once the signing happened, how was it when like they pushed the button? Like, did you feel that impact that like, okay, now I got that rock back in, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, not really, man. We have to remember, you see, 4 months after I signed the deal, I got nicked for attempted murder, innit? So I went straight to jail 4 months after I signed the deal. You get me?
Yeah.
I had to wait like 7.5 months, 8 months to come back out to prove myself not guilty, and then I bust the case, and then boom, it's like the people them that signed me weren't sure if they wanted to keep me, and the police are phoning the label telling them that I'm some big gang member and I'm this and I'm that, and so it was just like an uncomfortable situation from the get-go. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
And meanwhile, everybody still thinks I'm lit. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn. So even during that time, like you started dealing with the legal issues and stuff, they must have took mad of your bread to deal with legal fees and all that type of stuff too. You must have had to go through mad money.
Yeah, I had to spend bread just being in prison alone, because obviously I'm the sole bread provider, so I'm supporting myself in jail as well. You get me? And yeah, just being in jail alone is man spending bread. You get what I'm saying? And it's crazy.
You know, I've been to prison myself. Like I've been to the pen back in the days, and my face wasn't as much as it is now, like out there, because like people know our faces now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But at the time, people been known who KOKE is.
Yeah.
That's a different experience.
It's times 10 though.
Yeah.
They didn't know who I was, but now it's times 10. Now you're like KOKE, Brock Nation. It's going crazy. You get me?
Yeah, so you walk on, and what do y'all call it over there? Y'all call it range over there? Because we call it range over here.
Nah, wing. The wing.
So you walk on the wing, KOKE, famous Rock Nation signed rapper, everybody's turning their head. I lie. That's him?
Yeah. Nah, but you know what it is? You know the jail that I went to? It's my local jail. So I probably know half of the people that's in there anyway. You know what I'm saying? And there's politics already gone in from the road. So it kind of is what it is anyway. Like, man already know who I am. Forget about the rap thing. On a road thing, man know who man is and where man's from. So
yeah.
So but obviously you just get the extra stuff. Like I had like prison officers coming and asking for autographs and letting me out of my cell just so they could be cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Playing
your music on repeat, like they're like, holy shit, man! I got to meet him, fam. Holy,
yeah, man. I'll never forget that, man. The screws coming, sliding paper under my door, asking me to sign it and that for his youths, and yeah, crazy shit, bro.
Imagine the conversations when they go home. Yo, KOKE, he's at my prison right now.
Yeah, I had to lock him in today.
Yeah. Kids at home going crazy like that. Dad, please give me an autograph. But okay.
There you go, I'm saying.
Besides all that, because, prison, that's the past. We're into better times. Yeah. But even back then, you were always connected with Canada. How did you get your first connections going on with Canada? The collabo that you had with Camouflage from way back in the days. Like, how did that start coming to be?
Bro, I personally do not know how Canada latched onto, man. Do you get me? Like, I was just a street kid from the streets doing my thing over here. Like, we was doing the flagging thing back in the day. So where I'm from, my estate, my project, they all flag blue. So I don't know if it was a flagging thing that made the man them. And obviously I know for sure it's man's grammar as well, the way we talk.
Yeah.
Because you lot have the heavy yard influence like we do. We kind of talk the same. We have the same slang and that.
Pretty much.
The man, them, wagwan, and they're like, we talk the same. You get me? So
for sure. You didn't hear me ask you, what'd you say? What'd you say? You didn't hear me ask you that like 10 times, right?
Yeah. Cause you understand, man? Just like I understand you. You get
exactly.
Me? But I think it was that alone. And with the internet, we was like the first, we come up off the internet, YouTube and that. And I don't know, man, I guess a couple Canadian people found, man, and then the word just spreaded, you get me?
Yeah.
But Canada's been rocking with me since, like, Are You Alone, fam? Click, clack, like, before I even dropped Pure Coke Volume 1, I had Canadian fans, you get me?
Mm-hmm. Even with, like, the whole Canadian scene that is going on now, because, like, are you tapped into, like, the new rappers and, like, all of the wave that's happening over here?
Yeah. I'm always looking over there and seeing what's on him. But Canada's and Toronto's a crazy place. It's kind of like London. It's all political. This man's warring that man, so it's hard to try and catch on to whatever without making anyone feel a way about something. You get me?
Yeah. Nobody wants to work with each other. Okay, be honest, because there's a lot of fucking similarities. And then some of these guys be arguing, oh, they took the sauce from us. Oh, or we took the sauce from them, and when they want to admit it. But there's a lot of similarities in our scene. Mans are ski masked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a lot of the same slang. Do you think that Toronto has been taking drip from y'all, or vice versa, or a mix?
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of Canada's thing right now has come from our thing as well. Mm-hmm. Blood, when I came over to I came to Canada in 2010, and you lot had more of an American twang to what you lot was dealing with out there. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think of lately you lot have more got an English twang to your lot's thing now. That's just what I feel like. You get me? I don't know if it's true or not, or man might even quote me different. You get me? But that's just my opinion on it.
No, some guys will get mad, but listen, I'll take the arrows, because I listen to a lot of music every week, Canadian music, and I've heard some bands where I have to like literally go check back the video description to make sure that they're actually from here, fam.
Yeah.
Like the accent's fully like UK accent too, bruh.
But our slang is so similar that it's only gonna be like that anyway, because we literally talk the same. You lot have a slight accent, or you lot might say we have a slight accent, so the accents might be different, but the slang's the same. You get what I'm saying?
This is true. And even with the drill now, right? Because like you've seen the transition from UK grime to UK drill. Can you tell me about that? Because I would love to hear it from your perspective there in the UK.
All right. So let me break it down to you. So boom now. So grime, grime was like an MCing thing. Mm-hmm. This was like MCs. They used to go to clubs and they would rap like mic MCs and da-da-da-da-da-da. And we weren't really feeling that. Like we was on some road shit, you get me? And we weren't feeling that grime stuff. So we started doing the road thing and the road rap, you get me? So then road rap kind of took over from grime. And then I think as my thing was going a bit sour and I went a bit quiet, grime came back. You get me? And then grime made its little appearance again. But then grime somehow formed into like grime and road rap together.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying? So it's the same tempo as grime, but it's got the content of the road rap.
Okay. And that bass, that 808, that boom, boom, when did that start coming in?
Yeah.
Because I didn't really hear that in grime as much.
Yeah. So that's like those 808s, they came from like, I don't know if you lot know about a genre called jungle and drum and bass.
Yes, I do.
I think those sounds come from that.
And drum and bass and jungle is also y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think jungle and them had them heavy bass lines from way back. Mm-hmm. You get me? And that same tempo. But it's just been transformed into drill now, you get me?
And are you all taking any influence from the Chicago drill at all? Because a lot of people say that it was originally from Chicago, because it was already called Chicago drill. But I don't think it sounds anything the same.
I reckon the Chicago guys did start the whole drill thing for sure. But most of their beats they were getting were from English producers. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it started over there. They made it popular, but it still stemmed from over here to an extent, you get me?
Yeah. And like, what do you think about the other drill sounds that are like starting to spawn? Like there's Brooklyn drill, Bronx drill, all these new drill sounds. And they're like UK drill beats exactly now, but just every man with their own accent. What's your thoughts on some of those?
Yeah, it's cool, man. I love to see people doing their thing, man. I love to see different hoods. I love to tap in everywhere. I just love to see what's going on out there, man. And it's good that everything kind of connects one way or the other, you know?
Yeah. Can we talk about polys for a second, and not y'all polys, just polys as this concept?
Yeah. Police, yeah?
Well, us, we politics, we call it. You know what I'm saying?
Politics. Yeah.
Right? Do you guys have the same thing going on over there when it comes to...
For sure.
Building your scene? Like the politics getting in the way?
For sure. There's a lot of it, like... There's a lot of it going on out here. Like I got politics. There's loads of people I don't fuck with. You get me, and people that don't fuck with me or like me, and vice versa. Do you get what I'm saying? So, of course, that's always gonna get in the way at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see it happening in Toronto too. It's road stuff. The road obviously translates into the music, isn't it?
Yeah.
Music is still part of the road. Like. That's where it originates from. So the politics are going to travel from the road into the music industry.
And give me some examples of like some of the things that the UK music scene or like the powers that be, as they call it, have done to try to like mute the drill scene.
Yeah, I don't think they really can right now. There was a stage where they was trying to ban drill. Like the actual government and that was trying to say, yo, like they feel like the drill scene's mashing up the youth them and they think that it shouldn't be going in and they was trying to ban it, but I don't think it's possible for them to do that. Well, you know what I'm saying?
I seen examples for like groups like 6-7 and those guys, like videos literally getting taken off of YouTube. Like
yeah.
Like, is there a lot of examples of that over there in the UK?
Yeah. A Bagger Man's videos come down. Like, so now people can't even say certain people's names in a record or it'll come down.
Wow.
So you might hear a lot of reversing going on during a man's verse and that and this and that and cuts out because their video might get taken down. You get me?
Who's responsible for getting the video taken? Sorry to interrupt you, but who's responsible for getting the video taken down? You're saying is that the government getting in collaboration with YouTube?
I wouldn't be surprised if they got some sort of hip hop police over here as well. They got it in America. They probably got it everywhere, bro. Mm-hmm. There's a set of people that tap in, and if they don't like how certain things go in, or they'll just take it down, man.
That's crazy. So, like, what do you think that we could do to bring down some of all of this wild polys and all this shit? Because it's fucking up both of our cities and a lot of cities in the States.
Yeah. It's hard to say, man, because the road thing's so serious and so real. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so serious and so real, and it transforms into the music. It's hard because how do you stop the road from being the road? Do you know what I'm saying? It's hard. I think politics are always going to be around. The road's always going to be the road, and people are always going to not like certain people. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just always going to run like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. I would love for it to be different, of course. I personally don't know a way or know how it's possible. Yeah. Do you get me?
And like, even like,
I've been doing this thing for a long time as well. And like, I'm still knee deep in it to an extent, you know what I'm saying? And I've been out here for a long time, bro.
Yeah.
And man still got to have it and still got to move a certain way, like at my big age. So what could I be telling anyone, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's a tough situation for us, the cycle to break, you know what I mean? But like, even with you now, like in the music industry, you know, as a legend has been putting music in for a while now, what do you see moving forward, like that, you know, with putting out music? Are you trying to get more into like putting out more more projects faster to keep up with the streaming era? How are you transitioning when it comes to that, from the mixtape time to the streaming era?
Yes, you know what? Like the way I came up was flooding the market. That's how I came up. Mm-hmm. Like I flooded before I blew up. I flooded the place. Like, I don't think no one in the UK was dropping as much music as me around those times. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I blew up. I was constantly in people's faces, and I think the same formula runs right now. Mm-hmm. You get me? The internet era, it's like that microwave thing, innit? It's so quick and bing, and then they're on to the next thing, you know what I'm saying? So you have to stay relevant, you have to stay in people's faces. But also, you have to do, it is still quality over quantity, you get me?
That's a fact.
You still have to make sure your thing's set right. Like, it's not just a case of making a record and putting it out. You have to do everything the proper way. With me now, I just got so much music in the bag. I'm just having fun with putting stuff together, packaging it and getting it out. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying you already got the follow up to I Ain't Perfect ready to go right away?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm about to start my campaign in February.
Nice.
So my next album's about to drop. It's called Right Foot Forward. It's got a more, I'll say, a more positive message in the title alone. You get me? Yeah. Right Foot Forward. Yeah. No matter what man go through, no matter what, man can always put their right foot forward and a step in the right direction.
And are you got any collaborations in the tuck? Any of the music that you've recorded?
Yeah. I got a bag of them, man. I got gigs on my new one.
Nice.
I got pot of paper on my new one. I got a crazy big one on there that no one's not really gonna expect. I also got I got a man on there that I grew up listening to, which I'm super gassed about. But I just don't want to give away too much right now. But my next one's crazy. Well, like I remember I already had this music as well, so I made I Ain't Perfect the run up, like, and then this is like the main event. Like, this is my big project.
Damn, I wish I could know one of those collabos that you're hiding right there.
Yeah, we can talk off camera. Like, I just don't want to give it away right now. You know what I'm saying? It's too early, but yeah, I can let you know where we're at with it off camera.
We'll definitely talk behind the scenes. So I feel like we got the history once, because, you know, people can go watch other interviews to get like the full history for you, right? But I think that we got
for sure
some history. We got what's going on now, and we got what's going on in the future with you, right? Actually, one thing more I wanted to ask you. UK artist, who should we be checking for, as well as like people in your squad that we should be checking for?
Obviously Big French is part of my team. Big French is crazy, lyrically, flow, everything. He's got the whole package, and he's about to start dropping. He's like 3 mixtapes deep that no one even heard yet. Mm-hmm. And like my man's on a different wave, so man need to watch out for Big French. We're about to help launch his thing in the new year. Who else we got? We got Crash Corn from my ends. He's one of the little drillers then, the little crazy ones running around wild, doing his thing. We're trying to get him off the road and have him do something positive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's that. But obviously in like people that's not in the camp, I don't know, man. You lot probably know who everyone is as well. Like,
but I might not know.
Bear Man right now.
But the audience that watch us, fam, they'll know.
Yeah. So I like Digga D. Digga D's killing the place right now.
I know who that is.
You get me? He's on his job right now. He's kind of on man's side of the fence as well, so he done know. I'm rocking with Pot of Paper. He's doing his thing right now.
Okay.
He's making a lot of noise in the UK, man.
I'm gonna look him up.
And it's my type of rap as well. You get me? It's my type of hip hop. So
yeah, I'm
all over that. Who else, man? Yeah, I rocking with everyone, man. Everyone that's doing their thing right now, man.
Yeah,
it's too much names to mention.
Do you got any words of wisdom? Anything that you want to leave the people with before we wrap this up today?
In what perspective?
Like, you know, for the guys who are trying to get into the game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What can you give for advice for like the people who are trying to get into the game right now?
Bro, my advice for anyone that's trying to get into the game, master your craft and try and do as much as you can by yourself. That's probably the best form of advice you could get, bro. Do as much as you can by yourself. Like, learn to stand on your own feet, like so you don't have to ask no one for nothing or go nowhere for nothing. And once you've done that, then things will come to you, man. I got a lot of people in my DMs, like young, inspiring rappers talking about like, how can I help them and da-da-da. I told them to send me a tune to hear and they ain't even recorded nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like do your thing, you get me? Like record your thing, make your videos, get it out there. And as long as you can do as much as you can by yourself, then other opportunities will come and master your thing, man.
Dope.
That's what we done. That's how I came up, you get me?
Yo, thank you, King. And thank you for dropping some jewels on the people, you know what I mean?
Nah, I appreciate you as well, man. Respect for having me over, man.
Yeah, man. KOKE in the motherfucking building. Give us where you want the people to find you, social media wise, as well as like music. Yeah.
So you can follow me on Instagram at KOKEUSG. I ain't even got Twitter no more. I locked that off. YouTube, KOKE TV, subscribe. Mm-hmm. And that's it, man. I'm not really functioning with too much of the social medias, man. I didn't really come from that era, so I'm not really huge on all of them, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
So no TikTok dances from KOKE anytime soon?
Nah. You won't catch KOKE dancing on TikTok, dog.
Oh, man. Yo, enough respect.
People have been telling me to, but you know what, bro? I ain't gonna front and pretend like TikTok ain't where it's happening, bro, because it is.
It is.
It's over there. Like, that's TikTok's taking over right now.
Yeah, you never know. You're going to hear.
If I do make a TikTok, I won't be dancing, though. That's for sure.
Hey, you never know. You might have one of these kids dancing to one of your songs on TikTok and that should go viral.
For sure. Yeah. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's where the game's heading, so why not?
That's the whole fact. But yo, thank you for doing this with me here today, fam. It was long overdue.
Nah, man. I appreciate you, bro. We were supposed to get it in a couple weeks ago, and yeah, it got crazy for man, but I'm glad we got it in, man.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. And yeah, man, we'll link up soon and we'll get it popping. And hopefully I'll be able to get my ass over to the UK and we'll be able to do this in person.
Defo, bro. Anytime you touch down, let me know, man. Guttzy.
All right. Facts. Yo, thank you, brother.
Nah, appreciate you, my bro. Big love and respect. Hold tight, everyone in Canada, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Vancouver, all everywhere. You get me? You don't know. Coke's rocking with you guys.
Done know, King.
Big love, my brother.
Bless. Yes. KOKE in the building. Big respect to KOKE for doing this with us right here. A We Love Hip Hop exclusive. Make sure to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to share this video and let the people know that the We Love Hip Hop Network has the hottest interviews in the game. And I'm off of this. Deuces.